chapter 19, which is called Ag. The tunnel was open, but there was no sign of any Roman ships packed with heavily armed gladiators. What's going on? Shrieked Fishlegs. Where are the gladiators? Hiccup was staring intently at the tunnel. There still seemed to be nothing going on down there. All that came out of it were 4 long, dark waves, no more threatening than ripples, really. Ripples curled sinuously into the stadium. Slowly, languorously, they began to circle the ship. That's strange, thought Hiccup. And just as he was staring closely at one of the dark ripples, something neat and sharp cut through the surface of the water. It was a black fin with serrated edges like a bread knife. Shark worms, yelled Fishlegs. I knew it. I just knew it. I knew we were going to bump into these monsters at some point. You see, we haven't got gladiators for you today, Alvin shouted down from the safety of his balcony. You are known in these parts, Hiccup, as something of a dragon trainer. Let's see how you get on training these little beauties. Is this part of your plan? Said asked Hiccup, Kamikaze hopefully. Not exactly, admitted Hiccup. I was expecting gladiators. It is a gladiator show after all. Can you train them? Asked Kamikaze. What, in the next 60 seconds? Asked Hiccup. Not likely. Besides, shark words are untrainable. The important point is, has anybody got a cut? You have, Fishlegs pointed out. You fell over on the steps, remember? Great, said Hiccup, glancing at the long graze on his chin. Ah, lucky day. So there's only one thing to do. Nobody panic, and I'll call for Segrastica. Nothing happened. The ripples had now turned into 4 sharkworm films, and they were circling nearer and nearer, closing in on the boat. Segrastica! Screamed the Vikings all at once. There was a streak of black and red, and the nanny dragon appeared out of nowhere and landed on Kamikaze's head. You called? Said Segrastica. About time too, said Hiccup. How is the plan going? It's a terrible plan, said Segrastica. But so far the plan is going to plan, so to speak. Everyone else leave me, urged Hiccup. Roll me into that barrel over there and throw me over the side. What about the plan? Asked Fishlegs. That is the plan, said Hiccup. Oh, I see, said Fishlegs. When you said desperate plan, you meant really desperate. That barrel won't protect you from the shark worms, protested Kamikaze. Will you stop arguing and just do what I asked, raged Hiccup. We're running out of time. Those shark worms are going to climb on board any minute. It's me and my cut that they're really after. Second smell the blood, you see. The shark worms were indeed circling the boat in tighter and tighter circles. Fishlegs could have reached out and touched one of the fins. Fishlegs and Kamikaze stuffed Hiccup into the barrel, and Segrastica flew in with him. They then hesitated. Are you quite sure you want us to throw you over the side? Asked Fishlegs, looking in absolute terror at the fins slicing through the water. Those are the shark fins. You see, they look like normal shark fins, but they've got those serrated edges. So you know, that's why, how you know that you're being followed by a shark worm, not an ordinary shark. Quite sure, said Hiccup's voice from the barrel, rather muffled. With the shark worms? Asked Kamikaze. Just do it, will you? Yelled Hiccup. Kamikaze and Fishlegs reluctantly rolled the barrel over to the edge of the boat, heaved it up between them, and dropped it over the side to the gasps of the watching audience. Bravo! The spectators cried, for the Romans admired bravery even in a barbarian. It's such a shame, whispered Kamikaze. He was quite nice, for a boy, of course. The barrel bobbed merrily in the water. Almost instantly, the sharkmen stopped following the boat and turned their attentions to the barrel. To start with, they circled it in a leisurely way, almost as if they were sniffing it out, and then they began to move faster and faster around it, coming closer and closer with more and more intent. Oh, Hiccup, moaned Toothless, fluttering overhead with his wings over his eyes. I hope this is a really, really good plan. Inside the barrel, Hiccup was hoping the very same thing. He was sitting up to his waist in water, unable to see out of the wooden walls of the barrel. The water was vibrating and the barrel was rocking from the wake of the sharkworms' tails as they passed it. He was regretting this stupid plan already. He couldn't see or hear anything but the horribly fast beating of his heart. And then the water in his barrel began to vibrate. That's the sound of the shark worms calling to one another, thought Hiccup to himself, shivering uncontrollably. Crash! The barrel rocked crazily from side to side, and Hiccup put both hands out to try to right it, frantically trying to see where the danger was coming from. That must be the weight from the shark worms' tails as they pass, he thought to himself, almost hysterical with fear. Crash! The barrel spun round again. More violently this time, Hiccup was sent simultaneously upside down and rolling over and over. Watching from above, their hands over their mouths, Kamikaze and Fishlets could see the shark worms playing with the barrel, almost as if they were gigantic cats playing with a mouse. Toothless was dive-bombing them, trying to attract their attention, but they took no notice. They batted the barrel to each other with the wakes from their tails, but they hadn't touched it yet. Suddenly they withdrew and it formed into a slightly wider circle. Inside the barrel, Hiccup rose spluttering to the surface. The barrel stopped spinning, and there was quiet again apart from the lapping of the water against the sides. Hiccup knew his dragon. He knew that they would only have retreated to strike now in earnest. He had to fight the urge to burst out of the barrel and swim for the boat. He knew if he did this, he was as good as dead. But it was so scary not to be able to see what was going on, and so hard to stay completely still when he knew the beasts were all around him, could be underneath him, could be just a metre away, could strike suddenly at any moment from any direction. Crunch! The left-hand side of the barrel caved in as some immense force crashed into it. The wood just about held from splitting in half. Hiccup caught a glimpse of terrible, dark teeth no distance away from his nose before they retreated. Zigarastica! Screamed Hiccup. Hurry up! I don't know what Zigarasta's going to do. He's so tiny. The shark worms were so close they were nearly touching each other now as they swam round and round. One of them let out a jet of fire like an underwater torpedo, and the barrel burst into flame. And now, my clever friend, said Alvin, watching the floating, flaming barrel with the 4 predators surrounding it. O defeater of the sea Dragonus Giganticus Maximus and the mighty, monstrous Strangulator, let's see you get out of this situation. I think I may safely say I've got you now. Splash! All 4 sharkworms reared out of the water at the same time and spread out their wings. They were a terrifying sight. These 2-headed beasts had eyes out on stalks, rather like a hammerhead shark. They were sometimes known as Thor's lapdogs because of those hammer-shaped heads, because the god Thor had a hammer. Their back set of teeth could shoot forward to grab prey and then retreat back, dragging the unfortunate victim with them as the tongue of a lizard flicks out to catch a fly. Their hammerhead eyes swiveled on their stalks, their powerful tails lashed the water. They drew back their first sets of teeth in vicious snarls, and the second set shunted forward as if they had a life of their own, madly snapping together like an automatic killing mechanism. Look at them. Can you see their hammerhead heads and those 2 sets of jaws? They really are very, very scary. For a moment they hovered in a terrible ring, their hammerhead eyes swivelling on their stalks to focus in on their target, and then they let out a scream and pounced, all of them diving in on the barrel together. Crack! The barrel split from side to side, and to the utter amazement of the watching Vikings, the audience, and the sharkworms themselves, Hiccup flew out of it. That's the flaming barrel. We'll have to find out what happens